Kylie and Kendall Jenner engaged in a shocking new fight that was all captured for the upcoming episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was a brutal brawl that took place at the end of the night as tensions were already high, and we're about to break it all down for you right here on IO. Welcome back to InformOverload. I'm your host and bacon overlord Johnny Rogers, and you're watching the #1 tea-spilling entertainment news show on the internet. Before we kick this video off, if you want to see what your favorite influencers have been up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you want to get notified whenever we post new content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's story. On last week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, there was an explosive fight involving Kylie and her sister Kendall. In typical Kardashian fashion, though, this was used as the teaser for an upcoming episode. This recent drama for the show engulfed all of these sisters into one big nasty argument of picking sides. The worst part was that this all went down while they were on a family trip to Palm Springs. The interesting thing with this situation is that Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney have all had their own spats with each other. So with that knowledge at hand of how easily these situations can escalate, the Kardashian sisters discuss where this could be stemming from and what the solution could be. To back things up a little bit, let's talk about what actually happened first though. After Kendall, Kylie, and Kris Jenner's boyfriend Corey Gamble ended up in the same car towards the end of the night, things began to escalate. Kylie refused to have the driver drop Kendall off at her house, which according to Kylie was out of the way. Kendall, who claimed she was sober at the time, said that Kylie smacked her but not hard, and in return Kendall flailed back, striking Kylie in the face this time. From there the situation got really ugly. Kylie seemed to have been getting progressively more intoxicated since the beginning of the dinner, and by the night's end she must have not really been all there. Kendall said that after she hit Kylie, her sister, bear with me here, her sister took the heel of her shoe and pressed it into Kendall's neck. Ugh. From there, the two apparently just began kicking each other repeatedly in the car, and as the fight continued to escalate, Mr. Gamble did his best to calm them. Unfortunately, to no avail. Kendall would actually later accuse Corey of cursing at her during the fight, which would then suggest that it wasn't all Kylie's fault. According to Khloe, there was already tension when the night started because Kendall didn't come to the drag show. Khloe said that it felt like the tension between Kylie and Kendall had been building and just so happened to boil over in that car. Kim also mentioned that Kendall has anxiety that she struggles with, and following the argument she was visibly shaking. While Kim didn't really sympathize with Kendall, Khloe on the other hand felt where she was coming from. During the show, Khloe said, "I definitely empathize with Kendall. I have had my fair share of sister fights. It turns into a whole slew of emotions. I just want Kendall to feel supported, but picking a side is not going to do anything right now." The biggest issue with this show is that its lifeline is drama. So you can never really tell what's real and what isn't. I mean, sometimes it's obvious, but other times it could be small situations that are just being exploited, which can ultimately turn into a big issue to deal with later on. Imagine having your life under a magnifying glass and every fight you get into with your sibling turns into a national story. It's gotta get tiresome after a while. I mean, who this is really not fair to though is Corey Gamble. He just so happened to take that car and now he's stuck in the middle of their drama as a result. Kim believes that it will all just blow over because when alcohol is involved, no one is really thinking logically. As the footage though of Kendall and Kylie fighting aired, Kylie decided to stoke the fire a bit on Twitter. She simply posted this gif with the caption, "Pretty accurate," and as you can see, it looks like these two have been physically fighting each other in cars for a long time now. It's basically the lost footage of what happened that night at this point. I feel like the sisters will be able to work through this one, but again, I feel for Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble for now having to mediate the whole situation, especially with Kylie not really seeing where she went wrong. In my opinion, it was the heel in the neck. If someone did that to me, it would be game over for them for sure. In no way should anyone ever put up with physical abuse like that. I don't care if you were drunk or not. Still should never have happened. Either way though, we will keep our ears and eyes locked onto this new Jenner feud and update you all on this situation if it escalates further, but let's hope not. Now, before I leave you, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Cardi B accidentally leaks this photo." Juju B says, "I don't get why celebs are shamed for this. It's their natural body and it was probably supposed to be private." It's really just because they are public figures, and for whatever reason, most of the general public feels like they are allowed to weigh in because of that. In reality, it just shows how insecure some people are if they are put off by what Cardi B looks like. Her body looks like, I should say. Amelia the Hero says, "So unfair. In the end, it doesn't matter what she does. When a private photo is accidentally leaked, we should have the same energy as we did for Chris Evans. No matter how little or how much you show, people are allowed to have their privacy." Couldn't have said it better myself, Amelia. We should treat all nudes the same and respect the privacy of the severely embarrassed person that this happens to, famous or not. Kasha A says, I am not a fan of Cardi B, but she's still a person entitled to privacy. It's so wrong to spread leaked news. You're exactly right with this one, Kasha. Cardi B is a human being and entitled to the same privacy rights as everyone else. Now, it's up to her if she wants to go beyond that, but if it was an accident, then we should all be more careful with how we speak about these things. Jessica Dubois says, Cardi would tell it if she purposely wanted us to see her. I believe her. Ain't nothing wrong with her looks or body at all. Haters can hate. At the end of the day, she is loaded and could care less about that mess. I'm not a fan at all, but she is a person with feelings. Cardi has an OnlyFans page. I mean, if she really wanted her fans to see all of her, you're right, she would let us know. Mike Power says, as tempted as I am to look at Chris Evans' leaks, I'm not going to because I want to be a decent human and not take advantage of others' misfortune. I hope this encourages you to have the same mindset. Take care, guys. Powerful Mike Power, setting the standard of what should be normal when this kind of stuff happens. Thank you for watching today's trending news segment, and thank you to the most amazing team behind the scenes for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's story. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From InformOverload, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.